Welcome back. Today we're gonna deal with this front right. The other day I pulled in back into Bullard from running errands and whatnot, and we had just all of a sudden a terrible squealing. I don't think it's brakes, but we're gonna pull the front tire off, start with brakes, put our eyeballs on the pad, see what they look like, see if we're at the squealers. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like grinding, like a wheel bearing. I would almost bet money that's what it's going to be. So let's get started. All right, so just a quick glance. To me, it looks like the brakes are probably okay. You can see well, if I can get you an angle. Well, not sure if you can see in there. The outside pad is worn down, but it looks to still have pad on, so we're gonna pop the caliper off, throw it up on the side of the truck, and look at it one more time. Just make sure it is what it is. If that is metal to metal, then I'm gonna assume it was the brake pads and swap brake pads, and we should be back in action. I don't think that's what it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a wheel bearing, but we'll see. All right, so here's the inside and outside. Although they do look to have some inconsistent wear. They're even with each other. The rotor looks okay, and clearly they're well within their tolerance as far as like wear. So we'll continue to dig till we find that squeal. All right, so got the hub off. It's sitting over there. I think the problem is right here. See that play? Let me put I think the problem is right here. See that play? If I was a betting man, the axle bearing is out. It's the only thing I can think of. So I'm gonna figure out how to pull this. I don't know what the second part of the hub is. This four-wheel drive hub assembly, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure we gotta bust this. Bust the bottom one. However that goes. And then, I don't know if we want to disconnect the steering linkage or just let it ride on it. I'm not sure. See how it goes. I think we'll probably just break it off and then see if that works. Alright, I ran into a snag. I need an inch and a quarter. No, inch and an eighth wrench. Don't have one. So we're gonna run to town. Gotta run a couple other errands. This is where we're at now. Got two of my lights charging, so we'll be able to see underneath here. We got our rotor off, inner and outer bearing on that, four-wheel drive lock. We got our dust cover off. Next we're gonna take off this section here. Should just slide down, then out over the axle. I'm assuming there's a bearing on the inside on this side to hold this side of the axle square and true. I'm assuming it's bad. And then there's one on the axle tube itself. Hopefully that'll cure that up. Obviously if this side's bad, the other side's bad. So once we get this one torn down, we're gonna kind of see what all we need exactly. And we're gonna order for left and right. Put it back together. I mean, I'm kind of wondering if we should get a fresh, I don't even know what this is called, but the race that the hub rides on, the axle tube. The axle's really there, so the tube around the axle, whatever that thing's called. We'll figure that out also and get back at you. All right, back from town. Grab some Icon large combination wrench sets so I can break this thing down. And yeah, we're gonna continuing. All right, I'm not really sure what I showed or didn't show y'all, but we got the ball joints loose. I cannot get this thing loose. Whenever I was beating on it to get everything to pop free, I guess I got this castle nut just right, even though I folded it up and, you know, brought it up so it's supposed to protect it. Anyhow, it's jammed up, so I tried to weld a bolt to it, broke the bolt. And this may be a shocker, but you know, even though I have a Vice Grip Garage shirt on, I don't own a pair of Vice Grips. So I went and bought a pair of Vice Grips and a couple other backups just in case. And yeah, we're gonna throw a Vice Grip on it. I think I can get a Vice Grip right here, pinch that down, and then hopefully back that nut off. Hopefully it's not too tore up. We'll see what happens. Got the standard 10-inch Pittsburgh from Hobo Freights, so you know it's good. Okay, that has not gone well. I think I'm gonna take and cut the tops of the castle nut off. All right, and after some very gentle persuasion, namely cutting it in the top off, cutting the top off all the castle nut, she just comes right free. Super simple, you know. All right. Now all we have to do is beat all this out and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Alright, I think that's it for this one. You got stuff all over the lens, hopefully you can see me. I took my parts and carried them up to the shop. Hit them with the sandblaster. We got a little cabinet sandblaster. Sandblasted everything down. I just grabbed some primer. Primered the 2 of the pieces. Still have to knock the steering linkage off. Gotta knock the ball joints out. I think I might get a new spindle, but I went ahead and sprayed it just to see how the paint was gonna take. Yeah, that's where we're at. New U-joint, 2 new ball joints. I think a new spindle, a new inner bearing inside the spindle. What else did I say? Oh, I'm gonna grab tie rods. Them big jokers right there. I may go ahead and grab one for the cross link. And that's about where we are. Oh, we got one more thing to add to this, and that is my front brake lines. Have seen better days. You see how bad that's dry right there? Maybe you can see it there. Cracking out. Looks pretty bad. And for some reason, this connection's leaking now that I pulled it off the truck. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Get it all cleaned up. Throw a little paint to it. And then we'll put her back together. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.